From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. They've got his man complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Couple of Alabama guys there, Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Looking to pass, Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
44, ready.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it, Oscar. Go ahead. Solo left side on.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. There's the former Chief. Man they watch for years, Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now H.N. on 1st and 10. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a 2nd and 10. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Tua sets up to pass it. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. The Chiefs at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They thought they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room. But they do have to start winning some games.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Whether it's the toss or the pitch, you get him the ball outside the tackles on the edge. He's a tough man to bring down.
He certainly is, and it makes people wonder on the other side of the ball. Do I really want to deal with him when he gets a full head of steam? At the same time, he's also congratulating his tackle, tight end, wide receiver on that side. They gave him access to the corner and allowed him to build up that head of steam.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Being chased out left. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. and you can't do it all on one throw.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Right back to Achane on second down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Look at the big man rumble. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. A yard all they need, but it's third down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now this time Mahomes will throw. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Yellow. Yellow, 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 yellow.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
The 47-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
That'll be caught by Rice. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Here's the Chiefs punter now. Malik Washington deep for Miami. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Tua going to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. In motion, Hill. Here's Tua. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now they'll they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Ready. Double one high.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Achane. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Tua signaling to change things up. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll go. Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. Tua on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And the Dolphins are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Pardon me, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second and goal? They'll set up to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
Touchdown!
Devon Achane
From 4 yards out.
And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They go play fake. Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Steps away. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Butker on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
44, ready.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. That is caught. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Looking to pass. Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Jalen Waddle.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Dolphins get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chiefs 14. set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Mahomes going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 34.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Tua going to give this to Wright.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Flush to his right. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On third down, here's a run by Wright.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one is right through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
Yellow. 15. Right side.
Here's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
He finds his man, complete. That's Rice. And he's brought down.
Here's 1st down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Right side.
Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
15.
Mahomes.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Yellow. Easy. Right side.
Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Yellow. Right side.
Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Hey, 43, 15. Attack. Yellow. Right side.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I figure I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Down to a knee goes Tua, and that should just about do it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And, of course, this win, a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown, because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.
So for Miami, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.